As we begin this story, Zeus, the father of all deities, have realized that the earth is getting overcrowded. He has to think of a solution to solve this problem.
What will I do? The earth is getting overcrowded, and the population is getting bigger and bigger. Maybe a great war will sweep the people over Greece.
The story of Iliad and the Odyssey depict the complete life of the ancient Greeks in action. The Iliad showcases the passions found in cruelty of war. It is the story of love and heroism. The Odyssey speaks of great adventures. These are great epics, studies of men and women of all time. The way of life and the ideal of great civilization that has vanished but still wonderfully alive in people's hearts. This war is the Trojan War. But before the Trojan War, Thetis, a minor goddess, is married to a mortal, Peleus. Through this, Achilles, the greatest warrior, is born. In the middle of the marriage feast, she throws a golden apple with a note saying, "To the fairest of the goddesses." Each of the most beautiful goddesses claimed the golden apple, namely Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite.
No, it's for me.
This note is for me.
Why are you two arguing about this note? Why don't we let Father decide who is the most beautiful among the three of us?
All of you are lovely, and I'm but a loss for words. But to be fair, I will let someone decide who will claim the golden apple among the three of you.
Zeus cannot decide since Hera is his own wife. Athena and Aphrodite are his own daughters. So Zeus gave the task of judging to Paris, the handsome young shepherd. Each of the goddesses promised Paris something if he would choose her.
What brings you to this place, beautiful goddesses?
Father has sent us for you to choose which of us is the most attractive and hence worthy of receiving the golden apple.
Choose me, and I will grant you immense power and wealth.
If you give me the apple, I will turn you into the smartest man and the greatest warrior the world has ever seen.
Oh Paris, please give me the golden apple, and I will offer you the prettiest woman on this planet to be your wife in exchange.
Allow me to consider this. All of you have fantastic offers that no man could possibly refuse, but I have decided to give the apple to Aphrodite.
The golden apple then was given to Aphrodite as the prize, and as a reward, Aphrodite promised to provide Paris with the most beautiful lady. Helen, the most beautiful woman in the world, was already married to Menelaus, the king of Sparta.
We will abduct Helen and stay here in Troy.
With the help of Aphrodite, Paris abducted Helen and took her to Troy, where she remained until the end of the ensuing Trojan War. That is why she is called the Helen of Troy.
Listen to me. We must join forces to win this war against Troy.
We must be skilled and gain more strength to endure until the end.
After the years of preparation, the great army landed in Troy and began to attack its fortifications.
Achaeans!
Before, there had been a fierce feud between Agamemnon, the commander-in-chief of the Greek army, and Achilles, the greatest and bravest warrior, the whirlwind.
How dare you take Bridges away? She's mine. She was given to me as a prize.
She's mine now. Apollo agreed that I could have her as compensation for Chryses. Ha 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 ha.
If you continue to be like this, I'll decide not to take part in the Trojan War. You can fight all you want without me.
For the duration of the most pitched battles of Greeks and Trojans, Achilles stays sulking in his tent.
Achilles! Achilles!
What is it, Patroclus?
Because of her absence on the battlefield, the Trojans, led by Prince Hector, make bold advances in battle, and the Greeks are driven back. Their situation rapidly becomes worse until most of the leaders are routed and forced to leave the fight.
What do you want me to do?
Please, help us. The growing losses of our countrymen sadden me. So please, lead your men, Myrmidons.
I'm still angry with Agamemnon. Sorry, but I can't fight.
Is that what you really want? Then let me lead the Myrmidons.
Achilles gives his permission. Then Patroclus rallies the Greeks and succeeds in making the Trojans retreat.
Myrmidons, attack!
Unfortunately, he has been killed by Hector.
Achilles! Achilles! Hector has slain your friend Patroclus!
What? No! He will pay for this.
Angered by the death of his dear comrade, Achilles now enters the fight, roots the Trojan, killing them mercilessly. Filled with the dark passion of revenge, he goes after Hector and slays him.
I've seen this moment in my dreams. I'll make a pact with you, with the gods as witnesses. Let us pledge the winner will allow the loser of the proper funeral rituals.
There are no pacts between lions and men. I will not do as I ask. I will treat your body the way I want it to be treated. I will drag your body all across the gates of Troy.
Achilles then removes his helmet and says,
Now you know who you are fighting.
I thought it was you. I was fighting yesterday, and I wish it had been you, but don't worry. I give your soldier the honor he deserved.
He was more than a soldier to me. He was a friend. You bestowed upon him the honor of your sword? Ha! I swear that you won't be able to see anything tonight. You'll walk the underworld blind, deaf and dumb, and everyone will know who you are. Hector, the fool who believed he killed Achilles. Ha 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 ha!
Then let's get into it, and see who wins in the end in this battle.
Those will be your last words.
The two fought, and soon Hector succumbs to the wounds he received in battle.
Achilles, please have mercy on my dear son. Spare us from the sorrow of losing a loved one.
No, he killed my men. He killed Patroclus. He must pay for it with his blood.
King Priam begs Achilles, but it falls on deaf ears. The two begin to fight. Achilles fights with more strength as he is overcome with pain. Apollo watches from afar with amusement.
This fight is more interesting than I thought. I find it amusing and stupid. Hector was too dull to know there was not Achilles.
I wonder who will win, Athena. I think Hector the Mortal will be slain.
Yes! Let's watch the fight and see the fate of Troy. I predict Troy will be destroyed due to humans' need for power and pride. This always happened to kingdoms due to humans.
Hector and Achilles continue the sword fight. Hector has trouble keeping up with Achilles' blows.
Please have mercy on my son. It was a mistake. He killed your friend. Can you have the heart to spare my son?
I will kill your son. I will make his death painful.
Like lambs to the slaughter, Hector meets his fate.
I knew Achilles would win, but it isn't over. The war will still go on as long as humans cease to live.
Please do not speak about this. My heart is weary. How could my precious son be dead?
It's a sad fate, but every mortal must meet that fate. Even if he was a young man destined for greatness, he had to meet his fate.
Yes, I know it's fate, but he was my son. Why did he have to die? It was meant to happen. Achilles was much stronger than Hector. The world runs on power. The healthy life and the weak perish. That's the way the mortal's life is.
At night, King Priam secretly came to Achilles' tent.
Who are you? How did you get in here?
I have endured what no one on earth endured before. I kissed the hands of the man who killed my son. I know my country better than the Greeks, I think.
You're a brave man. I could have your head in a blink of an eye.
You think death frightens me now? I watched my eldest son die, and you drug his body behind your chariot. Give him back to me. He deserves the honor of a proper burial, and you know that.
He killed my friend. My friend, Patroclus.
He thought it was you. I know your father, Achilles. He died before his time, but he was not lucky enough to see his son fall. I cannot change what happened. It is the will of the gods. Give me that little mercy. Let me wash his body. Let me say the prayers. Let me put 2 coins in his eyes.
If I let you walk out of here and let you get what you want, it won't change anything. You're still my enemy in the morning.
You are still my enemy tonight. But even enemies can show respect.
The story opens with Odysseus being held captive by the beautiful nymph Calypso. Possessed by love for him, she imprisoned him on her island, Ogygia. Back in his home city, Ithaca, his wife Penelope is being besieged by suitors who have moved into her home, taking advantage of the ancient Greek custom of hospitality. Telemachus, son of Odysseus, and Penelope must watch the suitors take over their house, waiting for Penelope to choose a new husband. All except Penelope assume Odysseus is dead after his 20 years of absence.
Oh, Odysseus, my heart has been broken ever since you were gone. Oh, I miss you. I am longing for your love. I don't want to marry another man. It's only you that I want and need.
Father, if you're alive, please come home quickly. Please, save us from this turmoil.
On Mount Olympus, Athena, the goddess of war, watched over Odysseus since the Trojan War. She feels protective toward him and asks Zeus to help her free Odysseus from Calypso's island. Zeus sent his son Hermes to aid Odysseus in his escape. Hermes persuades Calypso to let Odysseus build a ship and leave.
Don't leave me, Odysseus. Please just stay here with me. I am telling you, your journey won't be easy. If you just know what lies ahead of you, you'll probably consider staying.
I'm sorry, but I can't. I have a family that is waiting for me. I have been gone for the past 20 years. I don't know what will happen, but I still have to go back.
Athena goes to Ithaca to offer help to Penelope and Telemachus. She advises the son to leave Ithaca to find information on the whereabouts of his father. The suitors take note of the newfound courage and authority that Telemachus displays, and they conspire to murder him when he returns to Ithaca. On his visit to King Menelaus on the island of Sparta, Telemachus learns that Odysseus is alive.
What? Is that true? Is father alive?
Hermes helped free Odysseus, who sailed to the land of Patience. Exhausted, he collapses on the shore where Princess Nausicaa discovers him. She leads him to the king Alcinous and his queen Arete.
Please, do not be afraid of me. Help me. I am exhausted. I came from a long journey.
Don't be concerned, traveler. I can assist you with whatever you require for bathing and feeding yourself. You are welcome to seek future assistance from King Alcinous, my father, and Arete, my mother.
There, Odysseus tells them the story of his travels thus far. To assist Odysseus in his return to Ithaca, King Alcinous orders his citizens to procure a ship and crew to help them. When King Alcinous and the Patience learn of Odysseus' true identity, they approach him and ask him to tell them about his whereabouts since the war ended. Odysseus tells the story of his journey. Having been diverted from their intended course by storms, they arrive in a place inhabited by lotus eaters. Odysseus' army quickly lost all memories of their previous surroundings after consuming.
Here, eat this, and it will help you regain your strength.
Thank you for your kindness, but I am not hungry, so I will just let my men enjoy it.
Maybe Odysseus realized there was something wrong with the luscious fruit. He was right. Several of his armies soon began to forget their memories of home. They discovered a way out one day and went on their journey with a few people left. Odysseus was finally able to get his men back on course, but they soon found themselves on the land of the lawless Cyclops, giants with only one eye.
Who are you people? What are you doing here? You dare to trespass my territory? Ah! I will make you a dinner. No.
Odysseus and his people were captured by a giant called Polyphemus, and Odysseus used his skill to escape. Odysseus tricked Polyphemus by claiming to be nobody. Odysseus blinded Polyphemus by sticking a stake into his eye. The giant's screams drew more Cyclops to his cave, but Polyphemus replied, "Nobody," when asked who did it to him. Odysseus revealed his actual identity when the other departed unaware Polyphemus was Poseidon's son. Odysseus and his crew were given a pouch full of wind sailings by Aeolus, but curiosity got the best of his men, and they accidentally released the winds, which blew them off course and far from home. They encountered cannibals and witches. Odysseus visited the land of the dead. They avoided the lure of the deadly songs of the sirens, and they escaped from numerous monsters. Odysseus lost his men one by one. On their journey, Odysseus and his men experienced heavy rain with thunder and storm. They were on the island of Helios, and the rest were whipped out when they ate the cattle of Helios, which the blind prophet Tiresias had warned Odysseus about.
This is a paradise! A perfect place for us! There are cattle too that we can eat! I'm so hungry!
I really don't know if we should eat the cattle, because Zeus will never allow us.
Maybe he will understand. He's a god after all, isn't he? We're starving, and no one can stop us. Not even you.
They were punished by a single lightning bolt sent by Zeus, which destroyed Odysseus' ship. He washed ashore on the island of Ogygia, where Calypso held him captive for 7 long years. Hearing the stories of Odysseus' journey, King Alcinous came to his.
Oh, that must be so hard for you. I know that you went through a lot, and I bet you miss your family, don't you?
Yes, I do. If only I could see them right at this moment, I'll probably never let go.
Athena also helped Odysseus once again, forewarning him of the chaos at home in Ithaca, and Odysseus him that the worst is yet to come.
Eumaeus, my friend, do you recognize me? It's me, Odysseus.
Is that you? What happened to you, my friend? You've been gone for too long.
I was held captive by the nymph Calypso for 20 long years. I couldn't escape the island. I was weak and powerless, but the gods helped me.
Athena also orchestrated the reunion between Odysseus and Telemachus, whom she has advised to come home. Telemachus relates to Odysseus the suitors' behavior, and they plot the mass murder of the suitors to restore honor to their.
My son, Telemachus, oh, how much you've grown. I miss you, and I'm sorry for all those years that I haven't been by your side. Where's your mother?
Father, where have you been? I barely recognize my father's face.
It's a long story. I've been through hell, my son, and the only thing that kept me going was you and your mother.
A few people begin to recognize Odysseus through his disguise, including his childhood dog Argos and his childhood nurse Eurycleia. However, his wife Penelope does not recognize him.
Mother!
You're back! Oh, I miss you, my child!
I miss you too, Mother. But there is someone I want to introduce to you.
My love, it's me.
Who? Huh? Who are you? Odysseus? But how are you? Alive? I thought you were dead.
I came back for the both of you. I'm here now, and we can start our lives again as a family.
When the suitors encounter Odysseus disguised as a beggar, they are cruel to him, taunting him and making him fight another beggar. But Odysseus is able to practice restraint and bide his time until his plan can be enacted.
Look at you! You smell like a rotten egg!
You're so gross! Get away from me!
Ha! If I have a face like you, I would rather jump off a cliff.
Penelope declares that she will hold a contest to choose her next husband. Whoever can master Odysseus' bow to shoot down a row of axes will win. When the game begins, none of the suitors can do so much as a string of the bow. The still disguised Odysseus volunteers to undertake the challenge to the chagrin of the suitors, but Penelope allows him to try. He strings the bow and shoots through the axes quickly. The suitors are shocked, and Odysseus, taking advantage of their confusion, begins to kill them and serving women who help them.
Kill them! Yeah!
Attack!
Finally, Odysseus and Penelope are reunited, but not without a final test of the part of Penelope to ensure Odysseus' identity.
Euryclea, can you move our marriage bed?
What are you trying to do? The bed isn't movable because it's made of a tree. Did you, by any chance, replace it?
No one but Odysseus and Penelope has seen the bed. Her eagerness to test Odysseus shows she is smart and not easily fooled. In this, she resembles Odysseus. Penelope's test reminds us that they're soulmates. Ithaca's marital bed is a powerful emblem of hope in a world where nothing else seems reliable. Odysseus visits his father, Laertes. He seems old and broken. He does not recognize his son. Odysseus does not say who he is. As the old man laments the loss of his son, Odysseus overcomes and reveals himself. After he proved the truth of his claim by showing a scar and recounting memories, the two reconcile and enjoy the lunch. The families of the slain suitors are seeking revenge on Odysseus, but Athena intervenes to help Odysseus avoid another fight. She causes the family to forget their losses, and Odysseus is again installed on Ithaca's revered king.